Point and click adventure games are comfort food for many gamers. The pixel art and the interesting stories are always elements that are guaranteed in these types of experiences. Now that we are in October and the celebration of horror and Halloween starts, what better way to start off the month than by going back to that comfort food? Today, I will be reviewing a game that takes the familiar and conjures up an exceedingly incredible presentation where pixel art, hand-drawn animations, eerie music and atmosphere, and a creepy folk horror story come together to create a dish that you shouldn't miss out on. Hi everyone, my name is Jeremy and this is my non-spoiler review for the Excavation of Hobs Barrow for PC. This game was developed by Cloak and Dagger Games and published by Wadjet Eye Games. So what's the story premise of this game? The Excavation of Hobs Barrow follows the story of Thomasina Bateman, who is an antiquarian. She is currently writing a book on barrows of England, and she receives a letter inviting her to explore Hobs Barrow, located in the small town of Bewlay. As soon as she arrives, strange things start to happen, and they all seem to be related to Hobs Barrow somehow. It's up to Thomasina to figure out what is the truth behind it all. The Excavation of Hobs Barrow features pixel art and hand-drawn animations that serve to give life to Thomasina and the strange town of Bewlay and its residents. The pixel art sprites look very good and give the game a classic point-and-click feel. The brief hand-drawn animation cutscenes are excellent and really transmit the uneasy and eerie feeling that surrounds the town of Bewlay. One thing that the game does, and I find it really good, is that the game gives a lot of depth to the environment by allowing you to move between the background and the foreground instead of limiting you to a 2D landscape. In what regards to the PC requirements, this is a pixel art point and click adventure game, so you could technically play this game on a potato. In other words, the spec requirements are very low and you shouldn't have any problems running this game even on low-end PCs. The game ran consistently, I didn't encounter any bugs or glitches. Another thing that's very good in this game is the music. It is mostly of a subtle nature and serves to create and accentuate the uneasy and eerie atmosphere. Ambient noises like birds and dogs barking at the distance brings the village atmosphere to life. The game features some incredible voice acting that breathes life and characterizes every single character.
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
I don't know out about no Leonard Shoulder.
What can you tell me about Hobs Barrow?
Not to be found digging around in those things.
You know of local barrows then?
Don't concern yourself.
What can you tell me about Bewlay?
Not much around here, love. Not worth mentioning to you, like.
I see. Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
So let's talk about the gameplay. The Excavation of Hobs Barrow is a narrative-driven point-and-click horror adventure game, where the game focuses on two main aspects. First of all, conversing with other characters to find the information that you need to progress forward, and secondly, solving puzzles by finding and using the correct items on the correct thing, as you would do in any point-and-click adventure game. The game divides itself in 3 days, where you can explore the town of Bewlay and interact with its residents, and you can explore and move around the town throughout the entire game. This particular aspect of the game gives it a very open feel. You as a player have to verify every nook and cranny of the town, talk to every resident, and even revisit some areas to see if there's something you haven't seen before, or if something has changed. You can fast travel to the different locations within the town too. So let's talk about the pros and the cons of this game. Let's start out with the strong points of this game. First of all, the voice acting. It is outstanding, and it really helps bring the characters in the story to life. It has a huge impact on story presentation and gameplay too. The fact that you don't have to read through long dialogues because it has voice acting really incentivizes the player to talk to other characters without the worry of getting tired of reading. Secondly, the animations. The pixel art of this game is good, but the hand-drawn animations that are used for the cutscenes are something else. They tend to be included in very short cutscenes and are beautiful and very eerie. And third but not least, the story. The story of this game is easy to follow and it is extremely intriguing and interesting. The mystery will keep you playing till you see the jaw-dropping ending once you finish. So let's talk about the weak points of this game. I had mainly two issues that were related to gameplay and story structure. This game's story is divided in 3 days, where the first 2 days are the build-up of the mystery and the last third of the game is the payoff, where you get to truly delve into the horror behind it all. The horror and gameplay elements of the last section of the game are really creepy and the puzzles are very interesting. My complaint here is that by the end of it, I was left wanting more of the elements of this last third of the game. The first 2 days of the game are really good and intriguing, but the gameplay aspects get a little bit tedious and the puzzles are less elaborate than what you see in the last section of the game. The same can be said for the horror elements, where in the first 2/3 of the game, the horror elements are very light and it really goes full horror mode on the last section. So in conclusion, the Excavation of Hobs Barrow sets out to tell a compelling, eerie folk horror story with a familiar gameplay and succeeds at that. Its outstanding voice acting, beautiful pixel art, and hand-drawn animations, paired with the subtle and eerie music, breathe life into the world of this game. Despite the build-up being a little bit too long and the gameplay for the first 2 sections of the game being a little bit tedious, the game still manages to be extremely memorable and engaging. For this reason, I recommend the Excavation of Hobs Barrow. So I hope you guys enjoyed this non-spoiler review. Remember to leave a like and a comment on this video. The game is available over on Steam, so go check it out and show the developers some love. I'll see you guys later. Bye! Hi everyone, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to keep up to date with our content.